should I do this video? I don't know. I know they probably like, where has she been? She was there, then she disappeared. I don't know. They don't understand I was sick, had the flu, had to take care of the family. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Talisha, and I also go by CreativiTeeByT, and in today's video I'm going to share with you something that I said I was going to share with you a couple of weeks ago, but I wasn't able to get on screen due to everybody being sick. You know how it goes. But anywho, I am here today to share with you everything that I made in 2024. So it's definitely going to be a longer video, but I want to share that with you because I'm proud of my makes, and I actually want to share with you what I did in case you are interested. All right, so I had a pretty decent year with my sewing. I'm very happy. Some of the things were good, some of the things were bad. Most of the things that I sewed I did show here on the channel, but there are a few things that I did not show that I will be sharing here in this video, so you definitely want to stay tuned to that. In total, I made 57 items, but 2 of them were like DIYs, so I'm thinking I should be able to get everything into this one video and not have to split them up in half, because I do want to get this video out the way and move on to share with you what I have planned for the remainder of the year and what to expect here on the channel. And so while I share them, I will let you know the pattern number or the designer and the view that I made, and I will also share like a short explanation as to why I made it and the fabric choice that I used. And so yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with sharing those with you now. Okay, so my first make for 2024 was in February, and I made Nomi 2002. This was designed by Brittany J. Jones, and this is a 3/4 length knit shirt, and I made View A. I made this in collaboration with Natita of So Natural Dane to kick off the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. And the top, it's a very unique top on the side, like, so it has these deep side slits that can go up pretty high. So if you make it, definitely make sure that it's not too high, because it actually goes up to like the high waist. So but I actually liked it, and I wear leggings, and high-waisted pants with it, so it was a win for me. But it's very easy to sew, and in total there are like 3 pattern pieces, and I used a Ponte knit that I purchased at Walmart as one of their fabric bundles. Yeah, this top gets a lot of wear, and I highly recommend it. And February is coming up, so if you would like, maybe consider making this for BHM Pattern Designers. Okay, so the next make was also made in February, and I used Simplicity 9897, designed by Norris Dantaford, and I made an oversized sweatshirt to once again support the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge hosted by Natita of So Natural Dane. The view that I made was View B, which is the longer view, and it's because I really wanted the exaggerated oversized sweatshirt look. This is also a very easy make, and it paired perfectly with the winter cold temperatures in February. It came right on time. I used a sweatshirt fabric that I had purchased from Joann Fabrics. Well, I haven't seen it in the store as of recent, or any sweatshirt fabric for that matter, but I did get it from Joann Fabrics, and it gets plenty of wear in the winter. Both of those 2 February makes have dedicated reviews on the channel if you would like more information, and I will make a playlist that has my 2024 sewing makes, so to make it easier for you to find. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to March. So March of 2024 was the month of the sewing retreat in Dallas, Texas, that is with a sorority. Okay, the retreat was in the beginning of the month, so I believe most or all of my March makes were made at the retreat. Now, the first thing that I made was an elasticated waist skirt with pockets, and I made that skirt by using New Look 6626 View C. The skirt was once again made in collaboration with Natita of So Natural Dane, and this time the collaboration was for an Easter outfit using fleece fabric for our skirt, and we were making denim jackets. Now the fabric for the skirt is an ombre blue fleece that was gifted to me by my friend Ellie of Sally and Sam Style, and I absolutely love this fabric. It's so nice. It has a great weight to it, and it was just good, really good. And again, this skirt was so easy to make. As mentioned, to pair with the skirt was the next make, which is the New Look 6351, and I made view D. And it is a cropped denim jacket, or you can call it a blazer. This came out very nice, very nice, and it is super duper easy to make. Paired together, I had the perfect Easter outfit that could easily be worn to church, for Easter brunch, and all the things. Now the fabric for the jacket actually came from Hobby Lobby. It's a lightweight denim, so definitely a great pattern to check out if you can get your hands on it. So the next make is one that I never shared on the channel, and I made Butterick 6330 View E, which is a knit jumpsuit. When making this, which was at the sewing retreat, I sized up because I didn't want the knit clinging to my body. I have a love-hate relationship with knits, but what I did was I sized up by too much, and it looked super saggy, and that's a no-go for me, because I feel like when my knit clothes are saggy, I feel like I'm not put together, and I feel like I look sloppy. So I put that away to repurpose the fabric, but I decided originally to make this because I thought it would be a nice change in my wardrobe, but it didn't work out, like I said. And the fabric is absolutely beautiful. The fabric is a white jersey with cheetah prints, and I actually had purchased that at Joann Fabrics a while back. Alright, so the next make is a top that I made at the sewing retreat as well, and I never got around to sharing this on the channel, but I took all the photos and everything, so not really sure why I didn't get around to making it. But all of the participants at the sewing retreat were told to bring 2 yards of either knit or cotton fabric to make a top, and we were told which top it was gonna be when we got there. It has escaped my mind, so I will put the top in the screen if I can remember by the time I edit it. But the purpose of the Ditto Challenge was for the attendees to have the opportunity to learn about the Ditto projector, and to use it and cut out our patterns while, before we make the top. So basically it was a full demonstration and creation. Okay, the Ditto also sponsored 2 Ditto machines, and I actually won one. I've used it a little bit, not too much, but I do plan to use it more in 2025, so stay tuned for that. But the fabric that I used was a cotton from Joann Fabrics, 100% cotton. And at the retreat, along with this top, I also made like a headband, like an elasticated headband, scrunchy headband I should say, and a grocery bag holder and a laptop pouch, because they were all like different challenges that we had, and I self-drafted the headband, the grocery bag holder, and the laptop bag. So those are some extra makes. All right, so for those makes, there are full dedicated reviews for the skirt and the jacket on the channel, and I also made a recap video for the retreat if you would like more information about the things that we made, and if you want to see more on that. Let's go ahead and move on to the month of April. I made a cropped cardigan by using Simplicity 9857, and this was view A. I made this in collaboration with Martika of Martika J Makes, and our collaboration was for us to make a lounge set. This crop cardigan came out so very nice, and I used the cable sweater knit that was purchased from Joann Fabrics, and it is because of this crop cardigan that gave me interest in wanting to make even more crop cardigans that are knit, actually, to be specific. So to pair with this cardigan, I used the pants from Simplicity 9857, which is the same pattern, and I made View C, and they're elasticated waist pants with pockets. It does feature, I believe, like a front tie, I think, but I didn't put the ties in or the buttonholes for that. I just put the elasticated, the elastic in the casing. And again, I made these to pair with the cardigan because we were making sets. This set came out absolutely nice, and I am definitely going to be making this again because it was fabulous. I have worn this out. I believe Martika has made this set at least 3 times, so you know it's nice. Now, to go with the cardigan and the pants, I needed a top underneath, right? So I made one by using Simplicity 9757 View A, which is a knit top with a high mock neck. Now this pattern is the most easiest make ever, and I used a knit Louis Vuitton fabric that I purchased from one of the fabric stores that I visited while I was at the sewing retreat in Texas, and I actually made this top when I was at the sewing retreat as well. After that make, I wanted to make something fun. So I made a top by using Simplicity 9757 View A again. Okay, the same top, and I also used the sleeves from Nomi 2002. Yeah, I mean, I really love the pattern. Now, the purpose of making this again was to make something fun. I think I said that, but well, at least I think it's fun. Now for the fabric, I use a strawberry rib knit that I love. And I feel like so many others love this fabric as well, because this fabric was buzzing on the internet streets. And this fabric was purchased from Hobby Lobby. And I have a whole lot of it left, at least 5 yards. It's a strawberry rib knit. So you'll definitely be seeing more makes with this fabric coming this summer. Now the next make is a button front top that is one of my absolute favorite makes of 2024, and I use Simplicity 9707 View B to make this. The reason why I made this was to participate in one of the Sew Your View challenges that's hosted every month on Instagram, and while picking the fabric for this top, I wanted like a vintage floral feel due to being inspired by a young lady who had like a similar top on YouTube when I was watching something that she was doing. So I found some floor fabric at Joann Fabrics that had pink with very light pastel colors that I thought would fit the bill, and I made the top. I'm so very happy with the final look. And at first, when I was going over the details of the patterns and I had my pattern review, now at first when I looked at the details of this pattern, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because there are like no front darts, there's no back darts, or nothing for shaping. But because I was able to button the top and I did not have any gaping because of the fact that there were darts and things like that, I became fond of the pattern. Now although I grew to like it, there were some things about it that I did not like when I was constructing that top, but I have since learned to work around those things, and I've made changes to the pattern that fits me best. So you'll be seeing the pattern again, okay? I will be making a lot more tops from this button front pattern in the future, and I do have a full dedicated review for the button front top. I do not have one for the Simplicity strawberry top and Louis Vuitton top because I just never got around to it. The next make was New Look 6708. This was a very easy top. I purchased this pattern when Hobby Lobby had the 99-cent clearance patterns, and myself and Martika of Martika J Makes decided to make this in collaboration together. This pattern features gathered raglan sleeves, and I absolutely love it. A very easy sew and very practical for my wardrobe. For the fabric, I used the linen fabric that I had actually purchased at Hobby Lobby at one of their 40% off sales. Alright, so moving on to the month of May brings Mother's Day. Every year, Martika of Martika J Makes and I collaborate to make a Mother's Day, either an outfit or some type of garment or set or something like that. So when 2024 came around, we indeed collaborated and we made a drop waist dress for our Mother's Day look. We used McCall's 8281. and we made view C to make our dresses, and they came out absolutely beautiful in my opinion. Now the only thing about this dress pattern that I didn't like was that the arm side holes are just large, like they just hang too low, and you may see that in the picture. So if I decide to make this dress again, I would definitely have to adjust the armhole or arm size and just, you know, make it shorter so that it would be a better fit. But other than that, this is a great pattern. And for the fabric, I used a striped linen from Hobby Lobby, and I do have a full review on the channel for this look. Alright, so after making the Mother's Day dress, I realized that I really didn't have anything that went super well as far as pairing with the strawberry top that I just talked about. So I decided to make an elasticated waist skirt with pockets, and I used New Look 6626 View C once again to make my skirt. For my fabric, I found the perfect Kelly green fabric to use to make my skirt, and this is the Pleece knit that is so super gorgeous to me. If you don't know, green is my favorite color, so when I saw that, I was like, yes, I gotta get it. This fabric came from Hobby Lobby, and I believe it just made the perfect pairing. Now, although I don't believe I have the picture photograph, I might or might not. If I do, I will make sure I put it up, but I did wear them together many times. Okay, so the skirt with the top. Now in the month of May here in the United States where I live, there is a Teachers Appreciation Week. When this came around last year, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do for my boys' teachers. But after speaking with my bestie, Cherie Thomas, she convinced me to make tote bags because that's what she was doing for her son's teachers. And I thought that that would be nice. So I looked through my crafting pattern stash. After I looked through my crafting stash, I decided to use Simplicity 9298, mainly because that was the pattern that she made and she was talking about it, and you can use either view C or D to make the bag that I made. However, I did make a change to my version of the bags, and the change was that I did not contrast the bag as it is designed to be. What I did is I just used one large piece of fabric. Now for my main fabric, I used the 100% cotton that has ABCs and different teacher graphics on it, and it was put out around Teachers Appreciation Week, so I think it was done intentionally. There were several different designs, and this is the one that I chose. Now for the lining, I used the cotton canvas that I got like a whole bolt of the lining from Walmart. It's a cotton canvas, and it was like $1 a yard, so I just bought the whole bolt because I could use it for lining with bags, and it'd be nice and structured. So this is a very easy, quick make, and the bag is huge. Like, I didn't know it was gonna be this big. So like, I mean, it was quick and easy, but it could have been quicker if it was a normal size bag. So in general, this is a very good and easy pattern, and I did make 2 bags, one for each child's teacher. Unfortunately, I don't have a review on the channel for this, but I did make like a sew along that maybe I'll eventually put up. Alright, so now let's talk about the month of June. Now one day I was watching Tita's video of So Natural Day, and she mentioned that she was planning to make the York pinafore by Helen's Closet. I told her that I had plans to make it too, so we collaborated on it, and I love this little cute pinafore. I just love it. The York pinafore, again, is designed by Helen's Closet, and there's 2 different views to it. I made view B, but I used the neckline from view A. This comes together very quickly in general, and the longest part of making this is adding the bias tape finishings. I feel like that took longer than assembling it, period. Okay, there's a front and back, and there's pockets. So, and I used the kangaroo pocket, so it was just one piece. In my opinion, this is super fun to wear. It is a very easy make, and there is a dedicated review on the channel for this pinafore if you are interested. All right, so after that, it was time to get ready for Chicago Frocktails. Disclaimer: this was a nightmare. Okay, I had planned to make 2 different garments, one for the white boat party, which was the day before the actual frocktail, and the other was for the actual frocktail. The actual frocktail was a disaster. So for the all white party, I used Simplicity 9776, and I made View A to make an off the shoulder caftan that was designed by Mimi G. I used a white crepe back satin that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby to make it, and I believe it turned out really nice. The only issue that I had is that the dress kept riding up my backside, and it kind of made me feel uncomfortable. But outside of that, it was really nice, very easy to make. Now for the actual Frocktail event, oh, what a disaster. Okay, I had a time, and it was not a good time. I had so much trouble making the dress pattern that I am going to share with you in a second. Okay, I had so much trouble that I actually left Chicago after the all white boat party. I didn't even stay in the hotel. I went home to work on the dress to finish it, just for the fabric to disintegrate into my hand. I even fused interfacing to the back of the fabric on the inside to try to make it work, but it was a complete total fail. The pattern that I am speaking of is not the problem, and it's very simple. And the pattern is Simplicity 9449. That was supposed to be my big, huge Frocktail reveal, and it's trash. Okay, it was a total fail, and I didn't have the energy to film about it. It even pains me now to talk about it. However, I will say again that it wasn't the pattern's fault, but that fabric was so garbage, and I ordered it from Amazon, and it is a red brocade. I will never order brocade from them again. They said in the description that you can use it for apparel, fabrics, for dresses, but you know, and I should have known when I started making it to just stop, but I didn't. So if you want a biggest fail of 2024 video, this would be the one. So for the Frocktail, I actually just ended up wearing something I made years ago, and I do not have a review again for this make or this caftan on the channel, because right after that I went on vacation and I didn't get around to it and didn't have the energy for it either. But with the dress though, I did make a self-drafted matching bag, but I did that before I finished the dress. Alright, now that I have finished talking about that stressful event of my life, let's move on to the next make, which was in July. Alright, moving on to the month of July, I was going on vacation and I needed new vacation clothes. Okay, I have a room full of fabric and sewing machine, so I decided that I was going to make my vacation wardrobe, starting with a short set. I used New Look 6737 and I made View C to make a pair of shorts. I wanted a pair of shorts because I was going on a cruise and I wanted a pair of breathable shorts to wear, and this pattern is fabulous, and it features an elasticated waist, a pair of shorts with pockets, and again, I didn't want just shorts, I wanted a set, so either like a top or a cardigan. And it does have like a cardigan with this pattern, but I didn't want to use that one because I was interested in making a cocoon style. So I used Simplicity 1108 and I made View A to make the matching cocoon cardigan, and I love it. I received so many compliments on this set, both on and off the cruise. Every single time I wore it. I don't think it's everybody's style. I know there were some naysayers that kind of said something about the style, but it was a hit to me. It looked elegant, it looked classy in my opinion, especially for a short set. You know, it looked dressy, so really love it. Both of these makes were very easy to make, and I used a rayon that was gifted to me by Morex Fabrics. That fabric was super wonderful to sew with. The next was a beach swimsuit cover-up set. I have been wearing the same cover-ups for some time now, and I wanted something new and different, and so I made a top and pants to make this actual set. I used McCall's 8256, which was, and View D, which was my second time making it. And this is a pullover top that features raglan sleeves, a binding neckline, and an elastic hem for the sleeves. And this pattern is a learn to sew pattern, and I used New Look 6271 View D to make the pants. Okay, for the pants, the pattern features an elasticated waist pockets and wide legs, and so I thought that would be perfect together as a set, and it was, in my opinion. I used 100% mesh cotton that I picked up from Textile Discount Outlet in Chicago while I was at the Chicago Frocktails, and I think I only paid $2.99 a yard for it, or either it could have been $1.99, something like that. So yeah. All right, then I started thinking about my dinner outfits, but I wanted the garment to be something that I could dress up or dress down, you know. So I started by making a one-shoulder top with a matching cardigan by using Simplicity 9925. View A is for the top, and then View B is for the cardigan. Now let me tell you about this top. 2 pattern pieces and some elastic for the neckline. That's it. You might hem the bottom. You can hem it, or you don't have to because it's a knit, but that's it. 2 pattern pieces, elastic. Feed it through, you're done. Wonderful top, very trendy. I saw many people with the one shoulder tops this summer, so it's definitely on trend. I did make the cardigan in case it got a little drafty while wearing it, and this was also a breeze to make. I believe this was also 2 pattern pieces, but super easy, very satisfying all the way around. I paired this with the black skirt that I self-drafted by tracing an existing skirt, pencil skirt that's in my wardrobe, and I used a cheetah Liverpool knit to make the top and cardigan, and I made the skirt out of a black Liverpool knit, and I wore all 3 pieces as a set while I was on vacation. Making that top and that cardigan was so satisfying, so I decided to make it again. This time I used the white jersey that I had purchased from Joann Fabrics. Again, love, love, love. It was a hit, but for this set I paired it with pants. Okay, I had picked up some gorgeous palm leaf fabric, tropical leaf fabric that was from Hobby Lobby, that was like a mix of cotton and rayon, and I made New Look 6271 View A to make these pants to match the cardigan and the top, and it was heavenly. It was, oh, I just loved it. This was also a compliment getter. You know, everyone liked the top, the cardigan, and the pants together. And for these pants, this is the same pattern that I used to make the swimsuit cover-up pants with the yellow set that I just showed. All right, so moving on. When I picked up the yellow mesh fabric to make my swimsuit cover-up, I noticed like a teal or aqua looking colored mesh that I could not leave behind, even though I wanted to. So I went ahead and purchased that as well, and I decided to make another swimsuit cover up, but instead of making a set, I made a duster style. I used Simplicity 1108 UC to make a floor length duster. However, after I made it, I kind of felt like something was missing, like it was too plain, so I went to Hobby Lobby because I knew that they have like a ton of different colors of fringe with like some bling on it. So I found a perfect match, and I added the fringe to the sleeve hem and to the bottom of the duster, and I feel like that fringe and that bright color and the little blings in the fringe just set that look off. I absolutely love this cover up as well, and it paired perfectly with my cheetah swimsuit underneath. Again, this fabric was purchased from Textile Discount Outlet in Chicago, and yeah, I do believe it, yeah, both of those were $1.99 per yard. You can get it at a better price, right? And for this cover up or this duster, it's 3 pattern pieces, front, back, and sleeves. All right, Now, when I was in Chicago for the same event, Chicago Frocktails, I also picked up some orange ponte knit. I love ponte knit, and I knew that I was going to use that fabric to make this next make that I'm going to show you, which is Simplicity 8874 View A. I absolutely love this dress. I made this dress and the fit was just so spot on. I always knew I would love this dress just by the line art, and it definitely didn't disappoint. So I made this to wear as a dinner dress and to wear for the family photos on vacation. Then I made two dresses that were the easiest, the easiest in the world to make, which is what I'm going to share with you next as far as my vacation make. Anyway, I made two tube dresses. One had straps and the other did not. All I did was sew a seam up the back for the white colorway and cut off about 4 inches of the bottom to make the hem, and that was it. And for the yellow colorway with the bumblebees, I did the same, but I used the fabric that I cut from the bottom and I put straps on. That was it. So I didn't need a pattern for this either. All I did was wrap the fabric around me at the store and told them how much I had to cut, and that was it. And the fabric for both is the pre-sheared fabric cotton at Joann's. Okay, so that is it for the month of July, and I believe that I have blog posts for all of the vacation makes on my blog. I do know for sure that I have one full, dedicated review that slightly recaps overall the makes more than what I'm sharing with you right now. So I'll make sure that I link that in the playlist as well. Alright, so now let's talk about the month of August. August is my birthday month. Yay! And I made a set for my birthday. I had this inspiration photo from Pinterest that featured a button front top with pants. So that's what I made, okay? I used Simplicity 9756 View A to make my top, but I used the sleeves from Simplicity 9707 because I didn't want to construct a continuous slap on the sleeve that came with the pattern. Now, the shirt features a long tail, which is why I chose this shirt, because I was going for that look. I used New Looks 9271 again to make my pants. I absolutely love this set. I feel like it came together great. I just felt so bright and classy with it on. And I again used the green please fabric that I purchased from Hobby Lobby to make this set. And this is, like I said, it's the same fabric that I used to make the skirt. And if you didn't notice, this is my third time making the New Look pants during 2024. I do have a full review for the birthday look on my channel, and again, it will be in the playlist. In September, I took a break from posting to prepare for my October makes, which is what I'm going to share with you now. In October, my friend Ellie of Sally and Sam Style launched year 2 of the Falling for Sewing series, and the first make that I made was a knit top, and I chose to make Simplicity 9451 View D. This top to me is very nice, and I enjoyed making it, and it was very quick. I love the gathers and the different options that the pattern has for the sewist to choose from. I used a double brush poly that I purchased from Joann Fabrics because the pattern calls for knits, but I truly believe that you can make this in a woven fabric, and that's because of the keyhole opening, so it, you can get the top easily over your head because it is a pullover top. This was an easy make, and I could see myself making it again, and I have a full dedicated review for this on the channel if you would like more details. So next on the series were the overalls, and I used Simplicity 9590 View A to make my overalls, and I absolutely love these overalls so much. However, I totally hated the sewing process of making them. I honestly don't know why. I don't know, it could be the fact that I had to make the faux fly and I didn't want to, maybe because I was unfamiliar with the pattern, or it could have just been my mood. But at the end, I was so super happy and excited to wear those overalls. I wore those overalls out, and I'm still doing it. I used a brown corduroy fabric that I purchased from Joann Fabrics to make it, and I have gotten like I said, so much wear out of it, and I have a dedicated review on the channel for this. So moving on, the next make during this series was for us to make a lounge set. I had already made one earlier in the year when I did the collaboration with Martika of Martika JMX, so I wanted to use a different pattern, and so I decided to use Vogue 1835, another hit and another easy to sew set. I made View A, which is the knit top that features the off the shoulder look, okay, and View B, which are the pants that features an elasticated waist with ties and pockets. The lounge sets have really made a difference in my appearance when I like to dress down, because they look classy, okay. I actually look fancy to others when I actually make them for lounging. You know, they're like, ooh, you really look put together. So definitely get into this if that's a look that you prefer when you're lounging. I used a reddish rust color looking cable sweater knit that was purchased from Joann Fabrics to make this set, and yeah, definitely get your hands on this pattern. It's very easy to make, and I have a full review on the channel for this set. After this lounge set for the series, we challenged ourselves to make fall jackets. So this next make is the fall jacket that I made by using Nomi 2057 View B, and the designer is Alyssa Threads. And after all the hiccups that I had with this pattern and the adjustments that I made to make it work for me, this jacket turned out absolutely lovely. I made it because I didn't have a hooded coat or jacket in my wardrobe, and I wanted one, so that is why I made it, and I'm pleased with it. I used a quilted cotton that I purchased from Hobby Lobby that is absolutely wonderful and perfect for the jacket, because our falls are cooler and I didn't have to line it because it was quilted. I do have a full dedicated review on the channel for this pattern, along with a follow-up video that shows the finishings that I added to make it work. So when I made the full review, the first review I should say, I didn't have it completely finished, so there's a different video that follows that, which is why I spoke of two videos. Okay. So after the jacket, we made fall jumpsuits. It was unusually warm in October here in the US, and at that time I also had a wedding to attend to, and the guests were requested to wear brown. I didn't have any brown, couldn't find anything ready to wear, and I didn't have time to make something for the series and something for the wedding. So I decided to make one look that would fit the bill for both purposes, and I used my TNT jumpsuit pattern, McCall's 8069 View D, to make my jumpsuit, and I absolutely love how it came out, and it definitely fit the bill for the wedding. However, I wasn't sure if my arms would get cool in the night, because even though it was warm in the day, I didn't know if it was gonna get, you know, very cold at night. So I made matching bolero sleeves by using Vogue 2079 View B, and that set it off. It was a newly released pattern at the time, and while this look may not be for everyone, I absolutely love it. It screams me, okay? And also, while wearing these two together, it actually looked like one complete outfit. You know, it didn't look like two pieces, in my opinion. So that was definitely a hit, and I'm glad I purchased the pattern. And for the fabric, I used a brown satin that was purchased from Joann Fabrics, and I do have a full dedicated review on the channel for these two looks, and this was actually the final look for that series. Alright, so once I finished with the series, I focused on the boys, and I made them each a raglan sweatshirt top for Spirit Day at their school. The school had a red and a black and orange day, excuse me, and I picked up some pop fabric from Joann Fabrics to make their tops, and I used Simplicity 8754 View A to make both tops. This pattern, I believe, is now out of print. Yes, it is out of print, but it is a very easy, straightforward pattern, as I mentioned, and I use the pop fabric from Joann Fabrics for the printed fabric, and I use some of the leftover orange fabric, the orange ponte knit that I had left over from my summer vacation dress to contrast one of the arms and sleeve cuffs. So now we are in the month of November, and I wanted to make something relatively easy for me. So I made two tops by using Simplicity 3003. I made a top by using View B, which is the cheetah top, and View C, which is the striped top. And these tops are so good. I actually wore the cheetah top today to work. I love the different views that are included in the pattern and the length of the tops. Once you realize that you don't need a zipper, which the pattern does call for, this could be one of your most favorite year-round patterns for a simple top. The cheetah fabric is a double brush poly from Joann Fabrics, and the fabric for the striped top is a rib knit that I purchased from Walmart from one of the Walmart bundles. And I do have a dedicated review for this pattern on the channel. That same month, my mom wanted to visit Textile Discount Outlet in Chicago to see all the fabric goodness that I had been just raving and talking about. So I took her, and during that shopping trip, I purchased some cheetah faux fur fabric, and I made a matching set. So I used Simplicity 8219 View A to make a faux fur vest, and I used McCall's 8497 to make a matching bucket hat. Absolutely love this matching set, and I made it with only 1 yard of fashion fabric, but I did line the vest with some crepe back satin that I had in my stash, but it was purchased from Hobby Lobby years ago. Now this was such a cute and trendy outfit, and I just use this set as my contribution to the Sew the Trends challenge that was hosted by Tea of Crumpets Tea and Sewing. And yeah, so that was for that look. And then there was Thanksgiving, and you know how I feel about my aprons, so I had to have some fall aprons on while making my contribution to the meal. So I used Simplicity 6206 View 3 to make my 2 aprons. And not only did I make 2 aprons, but I changed the pattern a little by making the aprons reversible. I used a faux fall patchwork fabric to make one of the reversible aprons, and then a pumpkin patch fabric to make the other. These fabrics are 100% cotton, and I purchased them from Hobby Lobby, and I do have a dedicated review on the channel for the aprons. So during that month, I also made robes for the boys. So I made 2 robes. The boys were getting up in the morning, wrapping up in blankets and talking about how they were cold, and I felt bad about it, even though I didn't think it was cold, but it was. So I pulled out the robe patterns that were already cut out from the year prior, and I finally made their robes. I'm not really sure why I stopped and didn't make them last year, but I'm glad they were already cut out and they just whipped up really quick. I used a Simplicity pattern to make them that is now out of print, but it was basically just like the robes on Simplicity 1946. And so if you get that pattern, you can make the same robes. I used the tan fleece that was in my stash, and they are so super adorable, and the robes, and to wear them every day. Now we are into the final month of the year, which is December. I made neck warmers for my boys by using the Crafty Gemini's tutorial on YouTube. The boys love them, especially the 6-year-old. I mean, I have pictures of him in his class with it on that the teacher had sent. But anyway, that's that for the neck warmers. I also made Christmas gifts by using the free pattern for ear warmers by Hello Sewing, and for both the neck warmer and the ear warmers, I used some Burberry inspired fleece from Vogue Fabrics in Chicago, and I lined them with a Sherpa from Joann Fabrics. Alright, so during the Christmas holiday, I made another reversible apron by using Simplicity 6206, same View 3. This is a really good pattern to me, you all, and it only takes 1 yard of fabric to make it if you make it the way the pattern is designed. However, I always want mine to be reversible because I like the weight and I just like the options. So I used some adorable Santa fabric that I picked up from Joann Fabrics last year, and some candy cane fabric that came from Hobby Lobby to make this apron, and they're both 100% cotton. The apron came out so super adorable, and everyone wanted to take it from me that saw it. Like, yeah, it was a thing. Now I do have a review on the channel for this pattern when and the review comes from when I made the fall aprons. So the last two things that I made for the year of 2024 fall into the DIY category, and those two makes were the ugly sweaters for the boys. Once again, they had a spirit week, but this time it was leading up to the Christmas holiday break. And one of the days was ugly sweater day. So I took some fabric from my stash and I went to Walmart to get a little craft kit, and I went away with making those ugly sweaters. One last make that I forgot to mention earlier was one that I made in March for the sewing retreat, and I made McCall's 8392. I made a gown because we were told to make either a pink or a purple gown. I made View C out of a satin, and I put pink fringe at the bottom and some decorative buttons at the straps, and yeah, I think it turned out really nice. There you have it, everything that I made in 2024, and I'm actually pretty shocked about it because I didn't think that I had sewn so much that year. You know, I had a lot of hiccups, but I did, and I'm glad about it because sewing gives me joy. And it's my happy place. Well, please let me know in the comments which makes you enjoyed the most. If you enjoyed this video, you know what I'm getting ready to say. Please take a pause for the cause and click the like button and the subscribe button and the gray notification bell if you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more videos from me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of my new and returning subscribers for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.